senior singles meet? From date mate to roommate. At some point in a relationship, the flashback moment confronts all singles. And the question of how long should senior singles meet before shacking up together is just as scary now as it was way back then. You remember it all too well, which is why you are having an anxiety attack at this very moment. It was a conversation you dreaded but had to have with your smitten son or daughter all those years ago. Tough love is a necessary evil. You managed to convince yourself, as you sat your child down for some parental wisdom. You are so young, my darling child. You start nervously. Are you absolutely certain that you are ready and want to move in with her? Usually, the same question posed to a young lady about her boyfriend by a concerned father has a lot more panic in the tone. It is to no avail. The lovebirds will have none of your wise advice. Their young hearts rule supreme, and as a worried parent, all you can do is reluctantly give them your blessing and pledge your full support. It is now 30 or 40 or even 50 years later and you find yourself pondering your own cautionary advice. Are you ready to take this relationship to the next level? Are you quite certain that you want to shack up together? Admittedly, this is always a more difficult contemplation for the woman than the man, regardless of age. But with time no longer the endless commodity it once seemed, the question of moving in together is a major decision for both of you. At first blush, it would be reasonable to conclude that the life experience that shaped us would be an asset at such a defining moment. But is it? That might depend upon your life story. If the first love of your life seemed like a fairy tale existence, who could blame you for being anxious to have it all once again? If there are 3 or 4 failed relationships on your personal resume, before you take the plunge yet again, you might want to give Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, by John Gray, another read. Forever isn't what it used to be. However, maturity does factor into the date-to-mate equation. By this point, what men want in a woman shouldn't be the mystery it used to be any more than what women want in a man. We may not be able to see quite as well as we used to, but we have no excuse to blindly enter into a first date like we did as teenagers. By and large, we know what we want in a mature mate. And with so many single seniors coming onto the scene over the next 15 years, there is no need for either side to compromise. Never have the words "life is too short" been more true, especially as it pertains to romance. One thing hasn't changed over the years. Our heart must still dictate our matrimonial destiny. However, there are some telling signs as to whether or not our dating partner should become our life partner, such as how you answer this question. How long should senior singles meet before moving in together? There is no right answer, of course, so long as your two hearts agree on the answer. The best way to evaluate whether you are ready for senior marriage is to ask yourself a lot of questions. According to the Senior Citizen Journal, the relevant questions are vastly different for senior women than senior men. 2 key questions to be asked by both parties are: 1. Does this person bring meaning and zest to my life and our collective togetherness? 2. Do we respect each other, our pasts, our families, our previous bouts and memories, our differing needs? One thing is for certain, by this stage in life, we ought to know what we want in a life partner, or we better figure it out before we start searching. Husband and wife questions. Even if you like what you see in your potential life mate, there are post-marriage questions to consider, such as: 1. How do we handle our finances? 2. Do we want the same things for the future? 3. How do we interact with each other's friends and families? 4. Are there aspects of our lives that we should keep separate? 5. How do we blend our homes into one? 6. Can we respect that we may have a separate interest and give each other the time and space to enjoy it? 7. Are we ready to sacrifice for each other, especially as health issues arise? And you thought senior sex was the only anxiety that comes with over 50 dating. Use life experience to figure out what you want and help you ask the right questions of yourself and your mate. The answers will tell you if it's time to put your single days behind you. The longer senior singles meet in the dating phase, the easier it will be to take that next big step. After all, with the right person, moving in together as fiancé or husband and wife may truly be the start of happily ever after. For more great 50+ dating information, visit the link below this video.